Hi, I'm Rinehart, and I am a doctoral student, a PhD student at the Graduate School of Education, and I work in learning sciences, and I look to graduate in 2016. I got my bachelor's degree in natural resources with an emphasis both in forestry and marine ecosystems at Oregon State University, and I did a master's degree in geography, mostly geographic information systems, so that's computer-assisted mapping, satellite mapping, things like that. When I originally went to college, I thought maybe I would want to become a chemistry teacher. And I've always had an interest in science education. I took a position as a graduate research fellow with NASA when I was at Oregon State University. And while I was with NASA, we started doing a lot of outreach. And by outreach, I mean we were taking things that were happening at Oregon State University and we were taking them to a classroom, a K-8 school. We were mostly working in grades 4 to 8. And what we did is a high altitude balloon launch where the students would design science experiments in small boxes about this big, and then we would put their experiments in these little boxes and we would tag them with lots of GPS transmitters, and then we would launch them up to about 120,000 feet in the air, which is right at the edge of space, and we would see what extreme temperatures, extra exposure to ultraviolet radiation and things like that would do to the students' experiments. The experiments would fly sometimes like 100 to 200 miles because they'd get caught in the jet stream. And so we'd have to chase them down. Some of the students would go with us. We'd bring their experiments back to the classroom and then we'd look and see what happens. So I became a science teacher actually after my graduate research fellowship with NASA. I really got interested in teaching science because of the outreach that we did. And so I moved to Florida. I became a science teacher. I taught middle school science for 4 years. And then I started looking around because I had questions about how kids learn science that I didn't feel I was able to answer at the time. And I wanted to also become a better science teacher as a result, a better science educator, ultimately with the aim of giving back and helping the next generation of science teachers be better. And so I started looking for PhD programs, and ultimately I found Rutgers and met Clark Chin and Ravit Duncan, and I was sold on the opportunity, and it has been nothing but a fantastic voyage since. Some of my research is outreach-based. We do work in classrooms where we collaborate with teachers to develop new and innovative science education techniques for collaborative learning in science. So helping students work in groups to learn science better. We learn through inquiry, so asking questions and working in groups is a key element of what we do with the praxis research, which is promoting research and conceptual change in science. And so we have anywhere between, say, 400 to 500 kids per year that participate in our programs, and usually 4, 5, 6 teachers. And so I find that very fulfilling. I see lots of growth in the students, I see lots of growth in the teachers, and even us as researchers, we learn new things from being in the classroom with the teachers and the students. So it's been fantastic. I have been growing, students have been growing, teachers have been growing. It's a great experience. So I look forward to, I hope to have a research career, and so I enjoy the research aspect because research is how we gain new knowledge. You know, the kind of science instruction I was describing came about through research, and so that's how we make advances like that, is through research. But then you have to share that with the rest of the world. And so I enjoy helping teachers in school districts and school district administrators get, become exposed to and embrace these new kinds of research. I should say the findings from research, become applicable in the classroom.